Hello! In this video of the Agrimatics Cloud Service video guide series, we are going to be talking and taking a look at the Reports tab in a little bit of extra detail here. I am signed in at my account. You can sign in at cloud.agrimatics.com. I am on a pro-enabled account for this demo. We will be talking a little bit about the differences between the pro and basic reporting features as we go along. So we'll begin just by heading to the Reports tab here, where I can see my full list of reports. If you are Pro, you have access to all of these. If you are Basic, you only have access to the Summary Report option. Some of the rest of them will be highlighted, but it is just a preview, and it will be filled with sample data. If you want to fill it with your own data, you will need to have at least one Pro license. Running through the reports here, we have the summary report, which is a total list of transactions for your current season or the active season. If you generate the summary report here, it will be created for that active season, and basic users have access to the summary spreadsheet version. Pro users do gain access to a PDF version, which has a little bit of the data laid out in a different way, but it's at the end of the day you're still getting everything there. It will have the spreadsheet will have all of the transactions listed out in chronological order with their date, time, weight, operator, user, where the field it came from, if a truck was involved, and the destination it went to. Everything you could ever want to know, moisture, temperature, everything. And that'll be laid out there. Really handy, really useful, just for kind of getting everything at a glance. Moving on here, we have kind of our field section, starting with the field totals report here. There are a couple of different styles of reports in the reporting options here. The first one is kind of these date and start date, end date style, where you would put in a start and an end date and then hit go, and that will generate the report. And from there, you can swap between wet and dry. These reports also have the ability to be downloaded as either a PDF or Excel variant, and they're very similar there. This report will show you all of the totals that your fields have done. So I can come here and see field one. So far we've harvested, 223,000 pounds from it, kind of thing. I can also, if I wanted to filter down my information, just to I only want to see field one from this kind of thing, then I can just type in there, and as long as I have a character that matches the field, I will get it. So if I had more than one crop type going too, I could just type in, whatever crop type I wanted to see the totals for, and that would show up. Very handy, these filters here. And when if you're filtering something and you download for any of these reports, it will only download the filtered information, not the whole grand library of it there. Moving on to the next report, we have field details. This is the kind of second style of report that we have, which is a drop-down style menu allowing you to select from your list of created things, in this case your fields, and it will create a report for the active season, showing here my currently active season. Once it's generated, again, you have the option to download and then swap between wet and dry. This report here, the field details, will show you all of the transactions created for the selected field during the current season that you have active. Moving on, we have field allocation. This one will show you how what kind of crops you have growing and where all of those crops actually ended up. So, I can see that 33% of my crops ended up in my bin number 2 here. Very handy to kind of get, how much did I plant, where did I put everything. Very interesting there. Backing off to the reports again here, we have kind of our truck section where we have, again, our truck totals. This will show you how much each truck took throughout the date range that you have selected there. Their total in weight and bushels is available there, as well as a quick visual breakdown of how much each truck did and how much each crop produced. Truck details is very similar to field details, where again it's going to show you each transaction made by a truck there for the currently active season. Destination totals. This is a very handy way to keep track of what's kind of come into the bin and what you currently maybe have in each of your bins. So you'll have your total in both weight and volume. And then you will have the total net, which is in case you've been transferring out of bins, this will be kind of what's left. Crop totals we have. This is one of our newer reports. We have it here. You can see how much each crop did. So very handy. I just want to know, what my crops have done. Filterable by everything there. You can kind of see at a quick glance how well your yields did. Calibration history. This one will show you a full history for your calibration factors for your units based off of their serial number here. You can kind of search by that, and the operator that made the change, so you can maybe see who was messing with the calibration and maybe why. And it's also very handy in case you need to, for whatever reason, go back and like recalibrate your scale to a given number there. Finally, one of the newer reports we have is our field setup report. This will create a report. You can just generate it here. It's slightly different from the others, but you just generate the report and it'll show you the currently set crop and area for all of your fields. Very handy to kind of get an eye about where you're starting for the season, either what needs to be changed or if everything's good, and just kind of being able to see where you're starting from. The final option here, more reports, is not actually a continuation of the list, but it is a nice way for you to get in contact with us in case you have, maybe improvements that you'd like to see to the current reports, or maybe some additional reports that you'd like to be added on in the future. Just a really handy way to, again, make your opinions known there. But that has been the reports tab again. The basic users have access to the summary report spreadsheet. Pro users gain access to all of these with at least one active license. For more instructional videos, app help, how-to guides, and troubleshooting tips, please visit our support page at support.agrimatics.com.